Spills over the crowd. Welcome to the, excuse me, regularly scheduled meeting of the Kill Devil Hills Board of Commissioners. If you would please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As most of you know, at the beginning of a meeting, we start with a moment of silence, but I had a few things to mention before I ask you to join me in that moment of silence. I wanted to mention that I must share that Kill Devil Hills has lost one of our own since our last meeting. Walter Gray from the Public Services Division passed away, and our entire KDH family mourns with Karen and their family. Walter was that amazing example of what our staff represents: hardworking, conscientious, always willing to go the extra mile and help out, and he always had a smile on his face. He'll truly be missed. I wanted to also mention that you see the sign in the back. This is Suicide Prevention Month, and we like to observe that. It affects way too many people, way too many families, individuals, too often. So we've posted the 988 Suicide Crisis Lifeline, so share that widely and make sure you reach out to your friends and remind them how much they mean to you. Finally, of course, today is Patriot Day. I was reminded earlier that my son just turned 23. He was not quite 13 months old on that morning when we got the terrible news, and life changed pretty dramatically for a lot of people, and we still feel it today, and we take this day to remember all the folks that bravely went into the fray and did remarkable and brave things in the aftermath, and also to sort of remind us how we came together in that difficult time. So I hope that's in your mind, and I hope you'll take time today to thank your first responders and folks that take care of us in a crisis that might come up today or tomorrow or the next day. So with those thoughts in your mind, if you would, please join me for a moment of silence. Thank you so much. Miss BJ, but you have an agenda before you. We've had this since last week. Any thoughts before we move forward with the agenda?
Mayor, I move that we approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second that, Mayor.
All right, we have a motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We have an agenda. Now, the first item on our agenda is, I'm sorry.
I think Commissioner McAvoy is coming in.
Oh, excellent. Let me give him a second there. Well, while he's coming in, the first item on the agenda is public comment. We have two opportunities for public comment. At every meeting, we like to get as much input as possible from our stakeholders, our friends and residents. So if you're sitting back there thinking about coming to the podium, this is your moment to summon up your courage and tell us what you think. Looking at you, Matt. No, I'm not. Just kidding. Well, going once, going twice. Is BJ really out there? Did you see him?
I just saw him.
Okay. All right, good deal. All right, going once, going twice for public comment. You have another chance at the end of the meeting. All right, we will close public comment.
Mayor,
Yes.
you want,
Oh, yes, please, sir. Please.
while we're waiting,
Yes,
I'll
excellent.
fill the void. First of all, Mayor, Commissioners, and Ms. Diaz, I want to thank you guys for always being there for us and our employees, for giving us COLAs and making us stay competitive with the other towns, and that's the way we keep our employees competitive salaries and stuff. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate the sheriff coming out tonight. Their awards are going to be given by Lieutenant Carter. I appreciate Stephanie and Ms. Shannon. Dee Dee's here tonight. Appreciate everybody that's come out to support us. And well, I just thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And so that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Chief.
Thank you for all you do. No pressure, no pressure.
Hey, buddy.
All right, now we're full up here. We will get to a very important part of our meeting. We've got some awards, and wasn't sure who was going to lead the show there. Thank you, sir.
That'll be me, Mr. Mayor. Well, as the chief just said, good evening, Mayor, council members, Ms. Diaz, and to the sheriff, since he joined us tonight as well. Can't forget to include him. So the police department just wanted a few minutes tonight to honor two officers we have with us, and that'll be Austin Gray and Officer Joey Del Monte. We're going to present them with a life-saving award for their actions at a call for service they had, and it was back on August 25th, Friday morning. A child went missing. This child was a 6-year-old child, and he was nonverbal, and he was highly autistic, so he couldn't ask us for help or anything. It was really a shot in the dark for them. They ended up finding this child in a pond as he had walked away from his house, and both officers, as they were going to him, saw him going underwater. So he had had some swimming lessons and learned how to float a little bit from his parents and those kinds of things. But when they got to him, they had to swim to him and perform life-saving acts to help save his life. And so for that, we want to honor them tonight with their life-saving award. And I must mention too that we did have a vacationer that also assisted them. When he saw him, he happened to be walking through the neighborhood with his backpack of frisbee golf, where he had just finished his session at the frisbee golf course. And I've spoke with him. He's in New Jersey, and I've also sent him a certificate of appreciation for his efforts as well. And he did say it was okay to mention him in the meeting. And so I just wanted to say thank you to him too, just in case he's watching online or anything else. So at this time or whatever, I'd really like to come forward and present their awards and present their ribbon that they get to wear. It'll go with them for the rest of their careers and the rest of their lives, if you don't mind.
Please, thank you.
Please do.
Gentlemen. Chief, you want to hold?
No, go ahead.
All right. A little bit of your space, Mr. Mayor.
Perfect,
So
perfect.
what I did was we made some plaques for them, and they will both say the same thing. Didn't know if y'all wanted to see one real quick before I read it.
Yeah, and let me make sure people understand, the
no,
gray is not related.
But you want to be related now.
Oh, yeah,
You want-
I'd love to be
He wants to be
related
kin
now
now.
after this.
Yeah, it's very.
So just a little more background on that. We had a call the day before, I believe, on this same child, and he had walked away. He was located like 10 or 15 minutes afterwards, and one of their squad mates, Jason Miller, had actually located the boy and picked him up, and the little boy only wanted to be held by Jason on that particular day. And Jason did an outstanding job, reuniting him with the parents. On the second day that we got called, and Austin went in and got the little boy and got him out. My understanding is that, when they were doing life-saving actions, that the little boy threw up on Austin. But Austin when I got there, Austin was holding that little boy and consoling him and, rubbing his back until EMS got there. So they did an outstanding job that day, and I applaud them.
Absolutely.
And me and Lieutenant Pierce can attest to their uniforms because we washed them for them.
So it was a group effort, and I'm proud of all our, men and women. They do this on a daily basis, and their selfless acts are just amazing. So kudos to them.
Absolutely.
And I believe are we gonna take pictures with the board coming forward and doing, and so y'all can
Yes,
come
sir.
on around and
Y'all
let.
wanna read their award and shake their hand.
No, no,
Get some pictures.
And either way, for the members of the audience and the board, what they'll say is it's Joey Michael Del Monte and William Austin Gray, and it's for exhibiting exceptional acts of humanity while being directly responsible for the saving of a human life. This extraordinary performance of duty is in keeping with the highest traditions of law enforcement and reflects great credit upon the officer, Kildover Hills Police Department, and the entire police profession, and is awarded this 11th day of September 2023.
Awesome.
Boy, you better hush that, don't Michael. You just- That's good for me,
This is
Miss
lovely.
Devin. Thank you. Oh, I tell you what.
Did you want to be in, Mr. Clerk?
Thank you guys so much.
No, we do. Oh, Miss Amy, just. We do. Maybe we can get some pictures with the families.
And that's what I was about to ask you, Ms. Diaz. The officers could take a quick picture with their family.
Families,
Oh,
if that's okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, come on up here and let's get some pictures with the families.
Yeah, Austin's family just got here, so if we would take a minute to let them
Oh,
get a picture with
absolutely.
Y'all come on through. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I didn't know there was one left. He's like, no, I'm just gonna hold Darcy.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Stand right there, and however y'all wanna get around.
That is good. Oh, my goodness. Hurry up, Mr. Michael.
Thank y'all so much for coming out. Oh, Michael, not so fast. Joy, come on up
Oh,
there.
my goodness.
Thank y'all so much for coming out and supporting him. Thank you. That's all right. That's not a problem at all. Thank you, Austin. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Joy, don't cover his face.
He's covering his head.
She totally could do that.
Awesome.
Is it okay if I take a picture?
Absolutely, please do. Michael is a bit of a control freak, and he don't like for people to, you know.
Yay. Good stuff. How are you?
Great job. That was very good. Very good job, that
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, that came out, I was just,
is.
that was amazing. We had to like tell the world all about it.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Good timing. Right place at the right time.
Yeah, just minutes later, right about the terrible scenario, yeah.
Yeah.
It really.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got should have done that. Say that out loud, remind myself.
Oh, that was nice. Very nice. Very nice.
The things you just, if anybody who's ever had kids knows
Right,
how to
it's like what
worry
you
about
fear,
one of
like,
Oh, God.
yeah,
Yes.
literally, greatest fear right there.
Reappointing day.
You hadn't even mentioned there've been three drownings last week in Dare County. I mean, it's just tragic.
thank you.
All those families, you know, can't even imagine. All right. They make us so proud.
Yep.
Yeah, we were just speaking up here about having kids and how they worry you always, and to have that fate averted is a wonderful thing. Next, any other ongoing business that's not?
No, sir.
Okay, then we'll jump right into new business. We've got some appointments to look after. I know there've been some discussions. Ivy, I think you have thoughts there?
Yep, for the planning board, I'd like to nominate, Sandy Markland.
Excellent.
And then, no, maybe
Second
some
that.
of you talked to her, or,
Yeah,
I know I spoke with her last week.
I would just like to, I'm really happy to hear of Sandy being, appointed and seconded for this spot, and I think this is a kind of a nice moment to recognize Sandy's done a lot for our town and community for a very long time, and, really, I'm happy that this, planning board nomination is a chance to recognize everything she's done. I know she keeps all those candidates straight with that yellow line out there when the time comes, so, just, as hard as she works on that, I know she'll be a great addition to the planning board.
Same. I've served on that board for a long time, and I know that she's got the right kind of mind and the right kind of heart and the right kind of understanding of what's important. It'll be a great voice on that board. I'm sure everybody on the board will be glad to have her as well. So that's a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
I second.
You had a second. I'm sorry, I missed that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. Congratulations to Sandy. It's exciting. I guess it starts in October, is that right?
Mhm.
Yep. All right, the next, sorry.
September.
Oh, it does start in September. I was getting the two mixed up. There you go. It was the Community Appearance Commission that expires in October that we were talking about. David Rollins' term is on the Community Appearance Commission, expires in October of 2023. He's expressed a desire to be considered for reappointment for another 3-year term. Motion would be in order, and that appointment would go through October 2026.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we reappoint Dave Rollins to the Community Appearance Commission. Dave has done a phenomenal job on that board, and he brings a lot of good ideas and creativity. I mean, some people might not know this, but he designed the artwork on our new water tower. He's had a lot of influential things he's done around town, and happy to have a few more years on the CAC.
Super. All right, so we've got a motion on the
I'll second.
floor and a double second. Ken?
Yep.
There you go. Write down whichever you like. Any further discussion?
Just say that I've known Sandy for a long time. She's great for the planning board, and of course Dave. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. You couldn't have two better people to appoint to positions in the town. And I still like Dave's idea with that little remember he drew that amphitheater sort of beach ocean.
Oh, right, that
Oceanfront
was
amphitheater.
Stadium seating.
Stadium
Stadium
seating
seating.
where you can sit and eat lunch and watch the ocean. I still think that's a
great idea.
great
We'll figure out
idea.
how to make
I'd
that
love to
work.
see it. But yeah, Dave's creative, and it's a good person to have in any
Keeping us
any position.
beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
That's right. Any further discussion? All right, hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Congratulations to Dave. All right. That gets us all the way to committee reports. If you guys had it,
I'm gonna invite Sue Kelly to the podium to discuss
excellent.
everything going on with the CAC.
It's that time of year. The most beautiful time of the year, the Outer Banks.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Commissioners. I'm Sue Kelly. I live at 211 Sea Village Lane, and on behalf of the Community Appearance Commission, I have a very brief report. We are now meeting every other month, generally speaking, except we do have a couple conflicts with dates. Sandy creates a lot of that conflict for us with early voting. And congratulations, she worked on the CAC for the first years of that organization, and she's a tremendous asset. And Dave is fantastic. I can't say enough. I would have hated it had he left us. So I'm really glad that he's here. So I just want to tell you a couple of brief things. We have selected the Community Appearance Awards for this year. I believe that they're scheduled to be given in November, but all of that really is in your hands, how that goes. It's a secret, so I'm not telling you anything. And then the only other thing I want to say is that our next meeting is Thursday, the 28th of this month, 8:30 a.m. In this room, and we welcome anyone's attendance and any ideas that anybody would like to bring to us. As always, we are open to them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anything new from the Visitors Bureau since last we spoke?
You probably have seen, but Jeff Schwarzenberg was hired as the long-range tourism
Yep.
planning director, so he's gonna be tasked with carrying out some of the goals from that plan, and I think he's a great fit and will do a really good job, so I'm excited to see what comes of that. But no, we have a meeting next week, so,
That's next
yeah,
week. Gotcha.
nothing recent.
No committee.
Nothing here.
All right. That gets us to the mayor's agenda. I have a number of resolutions in your packet.
Commissioner's agenda.
Oh, sorry, did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, sorry, I
Commissioners.
jumped ahead. Commissioner's agenda. My bad.
Nothing today, Mayor.
Did they?
No, nothing.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
See, I was reading your mind.
You knew.
I knew that. I said all the things I was gonna say. Oh, gosh, I do skip around there. There we go, mayor's agenda. So, as you'll see in your packet, we've got a number of resolutions and proclamations, numbered A through D. These resolutions and proclamations highlight various issues that affect our community. The first is a resolution that supports national legislation that would provide for a 5-year reauthorization cycle for the National Flood Insurance Program. It would place caps on flood insurance premium increases and develop more accurate mapping of flood hazards. The three proclamations honor the foundation of our system of government, heightening awareness of an illness diagnosed in over 295,000 Americans annually. That's the Breast Cancer Awareness Month proclamation. And to remind us of the importance of fire safety in our homes, especially in our kitchens. That's Fire Prevention Week proclamation was the last one there. So, the Constitution. So, I recommend approval of these items, and if it doesn't bother any, I'll make that motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Got a second and a second.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Thank you so much for your support of those resolutions and proclamations. All right. Making sure I didn't miss anything there. Town manager made it in here. Long agenda, sir?
Me? No, I got deep
town attorney,
into a
what did I say?
complaint and just got lost in time, man. I don't know.
It's all
Genius,
you.
you know, our brains work so crazy.
I did. I switched them around. I should have gone to town
I
managers.
didn't have
and then different-
anything. You're reading
I
my
was
mind too,
Reading your
so.
mind as well.
Good job.
Okay.
I've got nothing.
Okay, gotcha. I'll just jump right to consent agenda where we all wanted to go in.
Yes, 3 items. The minutes from the August 14th, 2023, July 2023 monthly report, and budget amendment number 2, which is to record the encumbrances that were outstanding June 30, 2023. Recommend approval of the consent agenda as presented, and a motion would be in order. I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the consent agenda? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. We have consent
Thank you.
agenda. Thank you for
Thank you very
for that.
much.
This is the point in our meeting where I give Matt Walker one more chance to speak with public comment. He's here just to watch, just to observe and talk about it in his magazine. No, I'm kidding. But seriously though, anyone else like to speak for public comment? Going once, going twice? We will close public comment. Again, thanks to everyone for coming out. Feel bad that I didn't mention that the sheriff was here, so I will do that in hindsight. It's on the record. It was great to see the sheriff here. I appreciate him coming out. I will send him a message after the meeting. Unless anybody has anything else,
Motion to adjourn.
we got that motion and
Second.
the second. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
Good to see
Thank you.
Kind of